Hi my dolls, welcome back to my channel. Today we're on the table where I typically paint and my legs are like touching the table, so the camera might shake a little bit. Sorry about that. I do have the AC off for your listening pleasure. It's really hot, but we're gonna push through. So today we're gonna go over how to make this triangle bag. So I'm not sure if anyone's done this in miniature yet. However, there are plenty of tutorials on how to do this bag for human sizes, for human people, on probably YouTube and Pinterest and things like that. So that's where I got the inspiration from. They do theirs a little bit different. I did mine the easy way, okay? But I'm sure there's some people that did something like this. So basically you start off with a square. I made a template so I don't have to measure. So I can have it all the same size. So I have a template here. My template is 3 inches by 3 inches. And so when you cut out your fabric to make this, yes, it's better to cut out fabric that won't fray, but you can also hem the edges. If you need to hem your edges, just remember that you need to cut a little extra so you have some space to hem your edges. So just keep that in mind. But I have a line where we're gonna cut and a line where we're gonna fold, and it's a dashed line. So once you use your template to get a square, you're gonna cut that square into 2 triangles. See? And then you fold like this. And these are your 2 pieces for your purse. So once you have your fabric out there, you're gonna put one right here, and then where it folds, put that one right there. And you can sew this project or you can glue it. If you sew it, you might want to leave hem allowance, but if you glue it, it's gonna be pretty straightforward what the size is gonna be, because if you hem it and flip it inside out, it might be a different, slightly smaller size. So you put one down and you put this other one right there, and you're just gonna glue right here. You don't need to glue the entire triangle unless you really want to. I like to keep it open as an extra pocket. So you glue that right there, and then you take this flap and you glue that right there. And then you take this last flap, fold that over, and you glue that right there. And then you're going to have a little purse. So I'm gonna get these out of the way. And so basically, you're gonna start off with a square. You're gonna cut that square into 2 triangles. You're going to fold those like so to get your triangle shape. And you're going to glue down the layers like this to get your triangle. So I've demonstrated it with chipboard or packaging. You can use old packaging to make your templates. And I've demonstrated with this more batting material. So then after everything's glued, it's gonna look like this. And like I said, this part can act as a little pocket for water bottle or cell phone, and you have another pocket on the other side. And you're just going to attach a handle. Now this handle is also 3 inches long. So there you go, you have all your measurements. Now that's for your basic bag. If you want, say, this type of bag, sorry, like a string of hot glue, just put that right there. I paint on this table so it looks a little painted on, that's why. I'm an artist, I do painting. So for this bag, a little bit different, a little more embellishment. For this bag, all you have to do is, instead of cutting out 1 3-inch strip for the handle, you're gonna cut out 2 3-inch strips for the handle, okay? Oops, that's the wrong one. 2 3-inch strips, and then on one of your strips, you're going to cut in half. Okay? And on one of the halves, you're going to cut this in half. So you're going to come up with 1.5 inch little strip and 3/4 of an inch little strips. You're going to want some jump rings. These are a heavier gauge because they look more weighty. And I couldn't find these when I did this. So see, the thickness is way better on these. These are also, I do believe, like 18 karat gold plated to prevent or delay tarnishing. So basically, you're going to take one of these little, your tiniest strips, oops, go in there, put that through, and glue that so it comes out like that. You're going to go ahead and do that to both your strips. And then you're going to take your main part of your handle, the strap, and glue like that. Once that's glued, do the exact same thing to the other end of it. And then you can go in and glue that part right there and that part right there to make somewhat of a nicer strap. For this back strap, you're going to take this and put it through another one like this, and glue that to the back. I like this because it acts as kind of a closure for the bag, as well as some decoration. Now, depending upon the fabric you use to make your bag, this won't be flexible enough. So you may have to use something else for the strap, because it'll stick out like this if the fabric is too stiff, instead of folding over and laying flat. So keep that in mind. So I did make a bag like this as a gift for someone. So I hope your bag doesn't fall apart. In that it's very stiff as well. So it was having a little bit of trouble taking to the hot glue. But also that little part I just showed you, it was very stiff and I had to finagle it some more to get it to fold over for the closure. But this is just a piece of felt from Hobby Lobby. And with this one, I'm going to try to make a duffel bag. This is my 3-inch strap. Okay. I'm going to fold that into a circle. And I'm just determining if this is going to be big enough for my duffel bag. I want my duffel bag a little bit bigger than this, so I'm going to go with 4 inches. That needs to be my measurement. I went on a search to find something circular that's 4 inches. And of course, I don't know how to do that. It sounds like math is what I'm trying to say. So I found this, and I took my 3-inch strip here, put it around there, and wouldn't you know, kind of looks like this is 4 inches, right? So I'm going to use this to make the 2 circle pieces of my duffel bag. Okay, now I have my 4-inch by 3-inch rectangle for the duffel bag and my 2 circles. So what I'm going to do is start off one corner or on the edge and hot glue that all the way around, pinching the edges together. And I'm going to do that off camera so I can get a really nice good hold, because if I do it on camera, I'm going to be trying not to burn myself and keep the thing in focus, which is going to be really hard to do. So I'll be right back. Yep, I was making a mistake because I was like, this is not going to go all the way around, because this is the short side and I was supposed to do this from the long side. So I'm just gonna take that apart and redo it. Okie dokie. So that's done. It's a little wonky, but I don't know, whatever. It's kind of hard to like do it in the circle perfectly, correctly. So there's some glue right here. Just gonna trim that off with some scissors. So I have cut the excess kind of glue off. Oops. Oh, there it goes. And to get the width of this, I have a piece of that felt that I put around there. Sorry, there's hot glue on my nails now. Like that. And then I'll take that off and put that on my ruler. And so you can see it's about 4 3/4 of an inch. I'm sorry, 4 3/4 inches. So yeah, it does have a little gap, but we're gonna use that to our favor. So this is where these straps will go. So I have 4-inch strap right here, and I went with that because this was 4 inches, but I probably should have done more than 4 inches to be honest. Yeah, but again, I did like 1.5 inches right here so that I can cut this in half, and it'll be 3/4 of an inch for the 2 jump rings that I'm going to add to it. So for these, I glued it like this, where I have a little tab left. That way I can get more inside of there to get a really nice sturdy hold. So here is the duffel. It's looking very, very good. I think so. I was gonna say in my opinion, but yeah, I think so. If you wanted to paint this where it's not that much of a contrast, you can. However, I like it just fine. I decided to go and trace another circle from my little candle, and then I'm gonna cut this in half like that, and I'm gonna put that each half on each side of the duffel bag. So here are how the pockets turned out. I love it. You could add a zipper. I'm just realizing that you could just like hot glue a zipper there and have like a working zipper. I don't have one. I would go with gold or black or green. You have a few color options. Dang. I'm really like, I should do a zipper. I just don't have one. But, you know, if you're a novice, this is fine. The opening right there is fine so the dolls can put their clothes in, and it's not too tight where it's not easy to remove and put things in there. And you can see the things in there. I think that's fun. If you're pretending your dolls are traveling, it's very fun to pretend, or to even see a good peek at what they're traveling with, or what's in my bag. I should do a video on that. But yeah, if I changed anything, it would be the strap size. I would like this strap to be 5 inches, I think. And maybe even 6 inches if you're doing it for a Ken. So yeah, I like how this came out. I think it's so cute. The only thing left is to try it on our Barbies. Ah! Hey girl, it's been so long since I've seen you. Yeah, I'm so glad you stopped by on your layover. Let's go into the cafe and get something to drink or something to snack on. Sure, some tea and a pastry sounds great. All right, let's go on in. Oh, I love your bag. Thanks. Yeah, so good to see you. Girl, that bag is big, just like your phone. Yeah, girl, you know they make everything bigger in Texas. Hi, ma'ams. What would you like to order today? I'll have the cucumber sandwich and a cup of your world famous tea. And I'll have a salmon sandwich and a cup of that same tea. All right, coming right up. Your bag is so cute. What are you reading? Oh, just this Colleen Hoover novel. You know, it passes the time. Here are your orders. Thank you so much. This all looks so good. Oh yeah, they even give you some macaroons. What flavor did you get? Looks like I got lemon flavor. That would go perfect with my salmon. And I got the strawberry macaroon. Are we all done here? I'll just take your empty dishes. Is there anything else that I can get for you? Yes, may I please have an avocado sandwich to go? And a bottle of water as well. Yes, coming right up. Girl, perfect timing. I need to go catch this Uber to my flight. So good seeing you. You too. Maybe I should come back through on my way back home? Yeah, maybe the layover can be longer and we can go shopping. Sounds good to me. Here is your to-go order. Thank you. Have a nice day. Come again. I'm actually going to put the water in my bag for easier access. And I'll put my to-go plate in here. Wait, how are you going to take that on the flight? Girl, I have my ways. That's going to do it for the video today. I hope you enjoyed the little skit. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye! This was a tutorial, so feel free to recreate the DIYs you saw here today. Also, look out for the video when we add the zipper to the duffel bag.